values that our family taught us or instilled in us. We started questioning some things that we knew, all our lives, right? So at that point where we get into where we now tell ourselves, okay, I know my family, you've tried, but this is the part I want to follow. There's usually that, at some point in our lives. So if that is the case, should it be flexible?
The question, I love that question because most times our family values are not necessarily in line with society's values, Yeah. But in most cases, our family values also intertwine with societal, moral values, as it were.
True.
But the truth is, for example, let's take a value like integrity. You are taught integrity in different ways. You are punished whenever you fall short of that in the family, just to instill that in you. Mm-hmm. And then you become a Nigerian politician.
Okay.
Just saying that I want to be a Nigerian politician, your integrity value is gone. It's totally gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
You can't have it anymore. Because you'll be in a place where they say, well, this is society, and in this society, these are the rules.
Yeah.
These rules, integrity is not part of it at all. It's about interest. So you start dropping values like integrity to pick up interests because of survival or whatever reason.
Yeah.
So yes, that's where the question of should it be strict. Now, for somebody who has been strict, you've come from a strict home where integrity is key. If your opportunities are in politics and you have core value as integrity, you may never achieve your dreams.
You will never be in that field.
You will never be in that field
because it does not align with your.
You are holding on to your values of, at the same time, it negates what it operates in that political space. So that's a typical example, just to broaden it a bit, and there's so many values like that.
Yeah, we also mentioned about career yesterday, where that this child has said in the family it's a strict value when it comes to career field where this family we have chosen for ourselves. We are going to be in this career field. So if you come out to say, or you say, oh, I don't want to go through this part. This is what I want for myself. This is the career field I want. Yeah. Right. If it's strict, there's a tendency of that child being the black sheep of the family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or maybe, maybe a value like loyalty. You get on the streets. You are being in the village, or maybe wherever you've been, they've taught you loyalty. You have to be loyal, to people that are close to you, your love. And then boom, you get into the society, your loyalty gets into
questioned.
Trouble. It gets into trouble.
Oh, okay.
You now realize that loyalty does not work on the streets. So that's kind of like, going against your value. That's not to say you should change and become disloyal, but you now become confused. So if we instill these values, at what point should we be flexible to let them understand that this is the limit? When you get to the society, this is the limit of how much you can carry on this with you. Or instead of saying strictly this is what it's going to be, at all times you must be like this. Once you're a member of this family, this is what it should be. So the question comes again: should family values be strict or flexible?
Knowing that the societal values sometimes negate our own or that nuclear family values. What are your thoughts? 0700 993 993 993. The female only line is 01465 7190. The phone lines are buzzing.
Absolutely. For WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805 for WhatsApp messages. And what are your family values? Do you have them? Do you remember any of them?
Were they strict?
So now that those values, how much have you carried on those values in your life as a person outside of your family? Because the whole idea is for you to represent your family with these values, so they can be identified. Oh, these people, that's what they stand for.
Yes.
This is how they are. No, these people. How many of such values can you remember that you have been applying, and how has it impacted your life as an individual?
And then as a parent, does it scare you that sometimes, right, the values that you are instilling in your home, in your family, you are scared that, if these children are going through this world, are they strong enough? Are these values strong enough to, to keep them them.
To keep them going.
To keep them going in the society.
Absolutely.
Right. 0700 993 993 993. And you know, there's this saying, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grows, he would not depart from it, right? So people hold on to that, saying that if I instill good values in my child, no matter where he or she goes to, or the society or whoever, how exposed they are not going to forget the values that I have instilled in them.
Is that true?
Yeah. Thank you that you asked the question. Is that true? Does that really play out?
Tell your personal experience. Taiwo is calling us as the first caller on this segment from Ogun State. Hi, Taiwo. Good morning to you. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Taiwo Alivioshi.
Oh, welcome, Taiwo. Let's talk.
Pertaining to family values, I believe family values are just like a basic foundational knowledge that every person should have. It's not something that should be totally rigid. Like in my family, for instance, everybody must go to school. You can't just wake up and say you don't want to go to school. And the standard for every one of us is that if you are doing a 4-year course, you must do your master's. That's the standard. So I believe that it gets to a point that when you are old enough to know what is right and what is wrong, then you can now make some adjustments on some certain moral values that you think they are not right or they are old.
Wow.
So that's my point.
Okay. Thank you so much. He believes that it's a foundational thing. When you grow, you decide.
Yeah. So he said it shouldn't be so rigid, knowing that, when they grow, they're still going to decide for themselves.
Absolutely.
So I was listening to a certain podcast. I don't know if I should tell this experience of mine before we go on a break.
Why not?
So it is Oprah Winfrey's I think that Superstar podcast. Yeah. So she was talking about ego, how that. So she had several thought leaders and great minds that she interviewed, and this particular speaker said something that was kind of striking. That leader said, most times when parents want to give birth or have children, it is not that it's coming from a place of I want to fulfill a certain interest of theirs. And so it is selfish to birth children. That's what she said. And she also said that, and when we birth them, we continue with I want the child to be, I want the child to look this way, I want the child to be this way, I continues. Yeah. And then there's that part where, and the I, which is the attribute of the ego, where that, it could be selfish. Yeah. And, you forget that child also is a human being that has emotions, that has interests, that, has a personality of their own. You understand? So it struck some kind of chord.
About his values. So how do you give values based on a person's personality or just general values? Everyone. Basic. Do you study people individually to give them values, or just look, these are family values and this is the way they are? How flexible should values be in the family? We'll be right back. And I'm Collins. Tekes. Just to remind you that you can stream us live on our socials, and Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. That you can stream us live and see our faces, and of course you can drop your comments there. On YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info FM. Simple. Send, stream, comment, and let's take it up from there. Family values, what we're talking about. Should they be strict or flexible?
That's right. 0700 993 993 993. The female only line is 01465 7190. So I'm sure that some people might not necessarily know that what they are instilling in their children, be it in a belief system, be it in practices, rules, all of these things, principles, these are values that you are instilling in your children or in your family one way or the other.
That's right. And because values are passed down, most times people do not for themselves find out what values specifically they have. They just, this is the way my parents taught me and I'm going to teach you this way.
Yes.
This is where our family is without necessarily outlining each one of them. So I think it would be great to us to mention some of those values that exist. Okay, well, one of them is honesty. Honesty as a value is important that members of the family understand the importance of honesty and also hold that strongly. And say the truth at all times. That also will get to that. There's a value of respect. To respect, all right, is very necessary. You know how families are when people say they've earned their dues, you know, that kind of thing, like I've paid my dues, I've earned my position. For example, there are positions in the family that people grow to occupy, and that comes with respect. So families apply such things as a way of instilling respect or family members.
Or this person is older than you.
Yes, age
also.
You know, and things like that. And another one again is family time. You know, family itself, considering that spending time, quality time with family, making it a value to specifically know that, okay, it is very important and pertinent, irrespective of what it is, I spend time with family. You know, some people might be practicing some of these without necessarily knowing that what you're doing is instilling some family values. Another one, I mentioned integrity earlier, you know, teaching you to stand by your words, mean what you say, wherever you go. Whatever you do not say yes. That's honesty.
When
that's
you mean
integrity.
to say no.
Absolutely. And contribution. This is another one that also comes with some unwritten rule. You know, that's where things like black tax come from. Contribution, knowing that, you know, it's a value. For the family instills such values for
you must help your siblings. Once you are old enough, once you are good enough, successful enough, you must help your siblings.
Absolutely. And so people grow up and find out that, oh boy, that's no work. I can't be paying school fees. Is it my picking? You know, that kind of mindset. But you know, some families have instilled such a value of contribution in such a way that it's like a law.
It's strict. It's not flexible
to members of the family. So depending on your, and then loyalty is one other thing, which I think some of these are very pertinent, that they are a must do kind of
so that means you're saying that there are
Loyalty.
some values that are basic. There are some values that are the foundations. We must instill those values. It must be strict.
Absolutely. Another value is religion. You know,
should religion be strict or
No.
flexible? I'm asking.
No, it has to be flexible. Can't be strict. You can't be strict because it's a belief. You know, you can't force a person on what to believe. You know, as it were. And I've mentioned justice also, and I've mentioned religion. So if you look at all of these different values that I've mentioned, from family time, justice, to religion, to education, to loyalty,
integrity, honesty, respect,
contribution, and all of that. All these values, if you check that list, there are some that you can say this should be strict. But others, you know, you can be flexible with.
So that means that there are some family values that could be strict, and there are some that could be flexible.
That's right.
Okay. I'm in Lagos. Let's hear from you. 0700 993 993 993. Hello.
What's up, Vegas?
Tickets to love.
Good morning, the Tekes.
Good morning.
This is Remy.
Welcome.
Hi,
Remy.
it's been a while.
I've been should family values be strict or flexible, Abby?
Yes.
I think both.
Okay.
Yeah, there should be as in the middle ground for both.
Okay.
Because as this life be, going by the way I was raised, both of these things were used. Even it was more of strict. Here you get.
Yeah.
Going by the kind of neighborhood I grew up in. Here you get. So, I heard Andrea quoting someone from a podcast that she said parents are selfish kind of.
Yeah.
Abby?
Yeah, that's what the person said.
And there's no way as a parent to. There's no way you won't be selfish. Selfish at some point. Here you get. Because as it is, I can't have a kid and allow my kid to make a choice for herself or for himself because he or she doesn't understand life yet.
Okay.
There is no way. Even God who created us gave us a template. That's why giving us a free will. He gave us a template to live by.
That's right.
Because he knew we could make wrong choices. So as parents, till that age, where we say the kid go reach, make decisions by himself or herself. Parents, although some people take it beyond the normal level, so you get people become extreme. But parents must, it is a must. Parents must nurture their kids. And part of it is you imposing some things on them. Since they don't understand the result of what they are doing. Now you understand everything they won't do.
Abi, at least do your part.
To nurture them.
Right.
Here you get.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy.
Emmanuel's on the line, and he's calling from Ikeja. He's a first-time caller.
Hi, Emmanuel.
Yeah, good morning or good afternoon, rather.
It's
Good
morning.
Welcome.
Yes, quite interesting topic. I must confess, I'm your regular fan, quite right.
Wow.
And I would remember calling sometime when you had a similar conversation on family.
Yeah.
And letting you know how wonderful it was if you had a good understanding of some of these tenets and applying them well. And I told you how, even in my own family, I had to have things resolved to the point that I would normally have family board meetings.
Yes.
Yes, you
remember
are.
you. I remember you. You gave us that.
Right.
Most of us have adopted that to
And in all honesty, you see, there are some of these fundamentals that truly apply. Now, I know that in the field of psychology, it is clearly stated that you have two basic models for bringing up a child. One is the participatory model, and the other one is the repressive model. Now, you will discover that in participation, you naturally need to engage the child and then have the child understand why you're actually exercising certain things. And when he comes into understanding with you, it becomes easier for you as a parent to have that child follow after your instruction. Now, the second one is when you have to necessarily repress. That is by having to apply one punitive procedure or the other. Yes, maybe sometimes use the cane. Now, you must be in tune with the fact that the child, as a matter of fact, has emotion. The child, as a matter of fact, has will. Now, let me bring it down. In my family, addressing values, I have a long list. And then such list, like you were trying to point out, having to deal with honesty and so on and so forth. What I do in my own case is put incentive at the end of most of these things. If you tell the truth most of the time when you are challenged with one behavior or the other, you have a 100% chance of getting scot-free. Now, but at the end, we would need to discuss why you did what you had to do. And at the end of the day, discuss the consequences of what you have to do or what you did do, more or less, and then establish that it would never have to be done again. Now, when that, I tried that most of the time, and I discovered that a good number of times you would have the children on their own having the cause to want to even express themselves from the truthful perspective, not really from the point of the fact of, okay, let me do it, so at the end of the day I would say I was the one who did it. But more particularly from the angle of the fact that it is more honorable to say the truth. And over time, I have come to realize that you hardly have anybody telling lies in the family. That's point number one. The point number two, which is very, very essential, is that when you create room, like I pointed out earlier, for children in the family to express themselves, you give them the opportunity to begin to consider themselves as integral factors, as shareholders, more or less, in matters that have to deal with their personal interests. And in doing that, you find out that at the end of the day, it becomes easier for you to graduate values out of them. So parents would necessarily need to understand that it is not a position of, okay, I'm your father here.
Samsung Black Friday sales, and it's time to be drenched. You can walk into
flexible.
That's right.
And he was making very valid points
Absolutely.
there. That's Emmanuel.
Absolutely.
If you can call back, we really appreciate
Would
it.
appreciate. We apologize that we had to quickly go on that break.
Absolutely.
Do we have comments on?
Yes, on Facebook we do have.
Okay, so let's see. Okori Michael says, "Good morning to you guys. I'm celebrating my birthday today." And he says, "It depends on the family. I'm only in love with your children." Oh, okay.
All right. Happy birthday to you, Kuru Mikhail.
Happy birthday. Okay, we have Saint Everest says, "Ogateke, you are a fortunate man." No.
Okay.
All right. I think
I love you guys combination. Mad or me too. I want to love. Or I go and love, man. Love is good. Love is a beautiful thing. But love is not an emotion. Remember that. All right. I think not being strict with values is what has brought us a lot of corruption in our present day. And if all parents in the past and the society collectively partook in raising kids, I don't think that there will be this much corruption and decadence will prevail and keep increasing today. He said, on the other hand, parents should have an open mind and know their children, how their kids have their purposes on planets.
That's coming from Constantios.
Yeah.
Constantios Ihe Kwaba. All right, thank you. We also have Oye Fusi on Facebook saying, "What's up, Lagos? Family value system should be flexible and not strict or rigid."
Okay.
Alrighty. On WhatsApp, we have Chibuzo Benjamin. He says, "Family values should be of the two, that is strict, principled and lenient, flexible, okay, according to situation at hand." And he says, "Spoil the rod and spare the..."
Spare the
That's
rod.
exactly how he said it.
Okay, you wrote it.
That's exactly how he wrote it. But I think we got your message. This person here says, "I teach my children what works on the streets."
Straight up. So what works on the streets?
Exactly my point.
Which
I was going to
streets?
ask that. So what works on the streets? Right. Michael Josephson says, "What's up, Lagos? Good morning to the world's greatest couple, the Tekes. My name is Chris from Chris from Ikotus. He sent a message, more like a quote from Michael Josephson. He says, "Here is my contribution to your topic on family values." It's a quote, and it says, "How we behave around our children have much more impact in the character than telling them how they should behave."
No, that comes to the question of how do you instill values?
Exactly. Is it about saying it to them?
Is it practicing what you preach or preaching it to them and not necessarily practicing it?
Patrick from Ogba says, "The concept of carrying along in the journey of leading, especially in beliefs, and some of us have been in a battle to be given second look to even robots to have some malfunctioning attitude most times. So parents shouldn't expect." I said, "Train up a child to go well all times. I believe God has wired us differently. So all may not go your way. We have the good, the weird, and the extraordinary."
That's right. In instilling values, do you do it based on the person's personality, individual personality, or are they general rules? For example, a person's personality will determine what they need more, or what will work for them more. Does everything work? Is it all fits? All shoes fit all, as it were, or how do you go about it? These are some of the questions that we need to ask.
That's right.
This is Family Talk with the Tekes. Should family values be strict or
flexible? 0700 993 993 993. Hello. Righty. Call
that
us.
Sound
Call us
mean
back
like not?
If you can. On WhatsApp, E Plus, the storyteller says, "Family values could go both ways, either for selfish reasons or could be basically genuine." All right.
Wow, how time flies. You won't believe that time is almost there. The calls are coming in, the messages on Facebook and on YouTube. Hi, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Colin. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller. What's up, Lagos?
Just alive.
Good to have you.
Yeah, this is Wally from Dokomi.
Welcome, Wally. Let's talk.
All right, talking about family
values.
Strict or
flexible.
I will go with flexibility because from where I grew up, the hood I grew up, parents are very, very strict. And now that I'm grown, I've checked it out. Parents that grew up with flexibility values are more supportive.
Are you using your hands free?
Yes, yes.
We can't hear you.
It's
We're
good.
sorry.
So can you hear me now?
Better.
Better, a lot better.
I said, now that I'm grown, I've done a little bit research on kids that grow up with flexible values are kind of more successful than the strict ones. You get it? Because our parents don't understand children. They impose what they want on their children. And by the time those kind of kids grow up, it really affects them negatively.
That's right.
You get it? So I just go with the flexibility.
So you're saying
All right.
it should be flexible.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. And
Right. Michael is on the line. Hi, Michael. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good
good
morning.
morning, Michael.
The best couple on radio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I just want to contribute on the program.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I can remember in secondary school, I had a best friend. Then they attended the palace. And, deeper life then now. Sorry for mentioning the church.
Yeah, but you have to be very fast because we're running out of time. Quickly.
Yeah. He has a very good upbringing, but at the tail end of SS3, the guy diverted, He met a friend, a lady, and, from there they started the romance and stuff like that. So most times, family upbringing doesn't really
Determined.
tell you all the things you should do.
Okay.
So you as a person, you should know when to apply your family values and when to be flexible and when not to.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. I think he's trying to say that, in some cases, there are some values that you have to be strict on, and there are also some values you have to be flexible on. You mentioned something very, very important about the personality. We should instill some values into children based on personality. I think that also plays a role, because it also plays a role when that particular child grows to becoming an adult and now start to question some things about themselves, that comes to play in that regard.
Yeah.
That comes to play.
Well, our time is really fast spent. But let's ask ourselves this question. We want to instill values. One, what's the purpose of instilling the value? Is this just so that the family tradition can continue? Or because you want to build champions, people who will be able to, become proud ambassadors of the family, exhibiting some of these great values in their day-to-day activity and contributing to the society? Or is it just about, we have these values and that's what we stay by?
Yeah.
So whatever the answer is will determine how you think the best way to go about instilling values.
Either being strict or being flexible. Thank you, Lagos. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. And it's about time that we left the studio. We're hoping we had a good time. I'm hoping that we learned. It looked like a sober moment for us to,
to reflect.
Reflect and ask ourselves some kind of questions. I am Andrea Ardobi Tekes.
And I'm Collins. Tekes. God bless you.
God bless our homes.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Stay tuned for the news coming up shortly.